Okay, so we're going to show you where we're up to in terms of our mobile age social connectedness app, which is currently being tested with older adults in South Lakeland. So we launched the app, and again, it's a social connectedness app, so all of the content has been derived with our older adults in terms of the things that they considered to be meaningful to encourage face-to-face social group connectedness. So first of all, we have events. So the pulling together open data about events provided by a wide variety of organisations, from parish councils and parish groups through to the Brewery Arts Centre in Kendal, for example. So a wide variety of organisations open up their data so that we can pull from, and they can have a look. So if we look at this event, so something medieval combat training, and what it does is explain what time and where it is. Adding to the calendar is really important. So another feature of the app is a calendar, because preparing for a week, if you're an older adult, is actually part of is enjoyable for them. You know, planning the week, knowing they've got something to look forward to each day, deciding which days they're going to go into, for example, Kendal, to do their shopping, and building in other activities around it, is actually, even when they're alone, is a fundamental part of social connectedness, because knowing you've got a week to look forward to is almost as good as actually doing it. Okay, so the calendar opportunity is very crucial. Second thing is an age-friendly app, or an older adult-friendly app. So this has been developed specifically to show clear lines. Okay, so often when you look at Google Maps, etc., the contrasts are not very clear. Here we have a map, first of all, with very clear edging to it and very clear definitions, but also with various options that we can turn on and off depending on the requirements of the older adults. So we have public benches, so that's pulling from data that's available about public benches. We have public toilets. We're going to add to that if this event was in Kendal, we're going to add to that, because we also have open data about toilets in shops that are available to use. Toilets are quite important for older adults to know about when they're planning their route and their journey and their day. And then we can also turn on things like free drinking water and things like bus stops and bus stations. So now we've just turned on all the various bus stops and bus stations, and what it means is, if I know I'm going to an event near this bus stop, well, I also know there's a bench right next to it, and I can also work out whether my personal mobility is good or not for getting there. Okay, so that's an example of an event. We also have find transport options. So here we're pulling on data about, for example, Stagecoach open data bus timetables. There isn't really much need for rail or much availability of rail transport in this particular region. But what we're also hoping to do is to add a lot of the social enterprises as well, that are like the Dales bus, for example, that are trying to deal with the shortfall in public transportation as a consequence of the austerity cut. So the alternative providers. This is what I mean about open data, because if we can get all these small alternative providers to open their data, and we can integrate it here in a way that's meaningful for older adults, then that's absolutely key. Okay, so back to the main screen again. Volunteering. Every one of our older adult co-creators volunteered, either in a shop or in an office. They all like to do education classes. So finding ways to build on that and provide opportunities for volunteering is a crucial way, clearly, for social connectedness, but also because they have a lot of life experience and a lot of knowledge that the local community can benefit from as well. So you can see here's a list of opportunities, and again we click the links, and just like the last one, you'll see where they are on the map and where they get to. So social events, volunteering opportunities, absolutely crucial. Services here, this is a category where things like PDFs or links to existing services that seem to be particularly crucial to older adults will be provided. It's a way to sort of future-proof the app, because we can imagine that services like refuge collection can be embedded further going forwards. And then things like the Age UK information sheets, which they currently update regularly as laws change or their services change. It means they don't have to throw away all the paper copies if people have got access to them electronically. So it's a bit of a catch-all setting. The profile's really important. So one of the things is having information available, but the challenge with that is searching for information is not necessarily the simplest thing for all older adults. So some find it search facilities okay, most find them quite difficult and very time consuming, and they have to do all the joining up themselves. A personal profile, which means what do they like doing, what's their physical condition, where are they, means that we can pull open data that's personalizable to them, and that's very important. And the final thing I'd like to say in this overview is, by having that profile set, it means that you or I could use this on behalf of somebody else. So I could be at home 100 miles away from my father, but access his profile and tell him what the app is suggesting would be a good week for him. And then we can plan the week over the phone potentially, even though I won't be seeing him every single week. So it means that I have internet access, I'm a technology user, neither is he a user nor does he have internet access, but I can easily access his profile for him and provide services and inform him of services that can aid his social connectedness.